Meditation, intimate experiences with the divine through contemplative practices. A common sentient series by Sacred Stories Publishing. The quieter you become, the more you're able to hear. Rumi. A time to choose. We find ourselves right now in the age of great transformation, one of the most consequential moments in human history. These are indeed the times that the great prophets and seers throughout the millennia have spoken about. Mankind has experienced and survived many eras of tremendous change, of course, yet with each turn of the spiral, the permutations become more amplified, as if there will be one final revolution of the cycle that turns it all around, so we can start anew once more. Welcome everyone to the next normal. I'm your host, Sister Jenna. It gives me great privilege to inform you we are broadcasting live from the beautiful Brahma Kumaris Meditation Museum in the nation's capital. If you're ever in Washington D.C. and you want to bring about a change in yourself, come by the Meditation Museum. It's free. You can come into a space that is nurturing and has the vibrations in the walls and the installations in the museum. Each one that you look at, it tells you, are you ready for a change? Are you ready for a change? I can't tell you how many times I've had lectures with people or with groups. Who would like to make a change? Yes. Who would like to get $1 million? Yes. Who would like to have best relationships? Yes. Who would like to travel the world and see new things and new spaces? Yes, yes. Who wants to change themselves? I don't know how. What is the method? How do I change myself? I'm talking this to myself as I'm talking to you. I am actually in a mood that I'm at this moment talking to the spirit inside of this body that is playing the role of Jenna, known as Sister Jenna, on the path for 30 years, figuring out what the soul is, what is God, what is time, how to put the whole energy of karma in the right compartment in my soul, that if I leave my body right now, there is no question that my destiny is not going to be brighter than it was here and now. I want to change myself. I don't want to change me out of tragedy. I don't want some karmic settling to be quietly lurking in the back of my subconscious because I'm not paying attention to the things that I need to pay attention inside of my being. And when the settling of that karma comes, because I haven't been paying attention to myself, it's so daunting. It is so difficult. It is huge. It is so painful. And in the settling, it's like, I'll give you an example. It's like credit card debts. We've all had them. Let's say you owe $1 million to someone, but you're only earning $100,000. You feel the pain I'm talking about? But in order for you to pay off the debt, you can just continue what you've been doing. 9 to 5, I'm working in my IT company. I'm a data processor and I get $100K a year. But in the back of my mind, my mortgage, my family, insurance, car, health, my well-being, leisure, it's racking up all these bills, credit, debit. I have a credit card. It's given me $80,000 in credit. At one day I have to pay it back. Similarly, at a soul level, we come with credit. But if I'm not earning more than I'm spending, it's going to feel like a burden. What are the signs of burden? They're everywhere. A lack of happiness, a lack of enthusiasm, a lack of clarity, a lack of love, an energy of fear. You enhance something that's very small, you make it big. You think things are not going to work. You're always saying no to things. That's all the sign that you're carrying burdens. Now you want more. You have an idea that life is easy. Things are easy. Why is it that I'm not getting the easy? Why have I created a tiny world around myself? I'm talking to Jenna now, not talking to anyone else. Your tiny world is a comfort zone. You're only comfortable with, you do your morning meditation, you do your morning class, you do your live TV, you talk to 2 people, you eat, you sleep, you go to bed at night. I'm not saying I do that every day, I'm just saying. You do that for 1 week, you do it for a month, you do it for 6 months, you don't come out of your shell. You do the same thing over and over again. And if you come from a detached position and you look down at your life, you go, you're not living fully. But when I look at you, you're creating more of a burden. Look at your life, Jen. Look at your environment. What are you doing? Are you manifesting? Are you creating? Are you investing? Or are you just crediting? Are you spending some credit that you have to pay back soon? So how do I change myself? Your signs that you need to make changes is when you look at your pattern, it's not inspiring anyone. Talking to myself, yeah. So these deepest thoughts in your subconscious, that's where your truth lives. That's the real you. You can let your head, which is your conscious thinking, convince you you're okay, you know what you're doing, you're right, this is happening, that is happening, I'm okay, I know what you're saying, I don't believe in this, you don't understand. Your conscious mind, which is where your ego is, your attachment is, your lust energy is, your greed is, and your anger, that thinking makes you think you're doing okay. When you go into that silent place, which is what meditation is about, meditation, yoga, remembrance in God, every time I pivot into God's remembrance, I cannot deceive myself. I know when I'm living less than my potential. And when I'm not fulfilling my potential, I am not changing myself. And the universe or the drama, watch how it brings you situations or circumstances to break that. But you go back to old, you go back to where you're safe, you go back to where you're comfortable. You've got to check on these signals. There are people in the world that love you. They're trying to show you things, but you push them away, or you push away their advice, because you know more. But when people look at your environment and the way that you've been living, they would say, wait a minute, I don't see that. When I look at my life, I was talking to Divya this morning, the sister who stays with me, and I was saying, 30-something years I've seen how even my sorrows or my trauma, I didn't let it destroy me. I pushed and I turned to God and I says, come on. I might not have the tools that I would expect to support me because you think you need that support system. I didn't need it. Honestly, you don't need it. You need you. You need you to be truthful to yourself in order to change yourself. You need you to be discerning with your truth in order to change yourself. Most of our lives, average, we spend it on social media. That's why I'm barely on it anymore. Looking at videos, movies. There's a very high percentage of people investing in pornography. And it's destroying their intellect. And I bet that when they're in their spaces of peace and silence, they feel so bad about the way they're using their lives. Especially when they spend a lot of time alone. The kind of accumulation of waste energy, that burden, it makes it a little bit challenging for you to change yourselves. It becomes a pattern. And when you are stuck in a little world inside of you, you don't make anyone happy. Everything is no, a pushback, can't do it, not possible, just can't do it, it's not possible. And it's like, okay, the world is getting tinier and tinier. We put ourselves in little corners, but we see more, we're wanting more, we wish for more. But there's no power to get the more that you wish for. How do we change ourselves? Listen to that truthful part of you. That little angel in you that will not deceive you. And it says, stop that. Don't keep doing that. Get up. Come on. This is the best age of your life. The world needs energy that is uplifting. The world needs positive people, inspiring people, enthusiastic people. Even if my karmas are coming to settle an account, I must have the strength to do it with dignity and grace. How do you change yourself? Listen with discernment. Listen with honesty. Listen to the people who love you. They might yell at you because they're frustrated with seeing you not building your existence. There was a time when my mom was around, I wasn't sleeping for months. When everyone looked at my face, I looked like a raisin. There was no light. There was a shadow around me. I was so drained, no sleep. We moved into a new facility, construction, meetings. But I knew that stage will pass. I have to build myself up, right? We have nobody but our own selves to believe in ourselves. If anyone around me, I keep looking at there's no light in their face, not for one day, not for a month, not for 6 months, not for 9 months, and I'm not seeing the glow in that person's face, I know they're not doing right. Their choices are not right. What they're thinking might not be right. Where they're investing their energy is not right. What I mean by right, it's not giving them the light that they should have. Now, I've been there. And so here's my message to my friends out there today. Listen to your inner being calling you to elevate your life into something splendid for you. Forget everyone else. You're worthy, you're valuable, you're powerful. We're all in some karmic debt somewhere. We have to pay back whatever we've taken from souls throughout our journey. We can pay back by connecting the yoga of our intellect to God, letting God's power be poured into the soul, feeling God's light and peace pouring into me. And then you trust that power coming into me with God's remembrance and wisdom is going to always come to save me so that I can keep changing. Finally, how do you know you're changing? Have a realization every day. Second, do the things you think you cannot do. Third, keep doing a life review. How are you doing? Fourth, do not give up on your connection to God's light. Let that energy keep getting poured in. Keep getting poured in. Keep getting poured in. Keep getting poured in. Let's take a moment of meditation. Take a deep breath in. What if I no longer carried any attachments about who I think I am or how someone else perceives me, or attachment to my country or my gender, attachment to a religion? What would it be like to be free of attachments to labels and to simply be loving? So just for a little while, I invite you to let go of attachments. What if I was no longer attached to my name? How does it feel? Let go of your attachment to your gender. You're no longer a man or a woman. Let go of your titles. Let go of your nationality. And experience yourself letting go of even your religion. Now let go of your body. If I don't have a name, a gender, a title, a nationality, a religion, or a body, then who would I think of? And who would think of me? It would be the Supreme Being that would think of me, and I would think of the Supreme. In this meditation, I invite you to sit in an experience of unlimited freedom in real inner power. Now gradually observe how the soul feels as it puts back on the awareness of the body, nationality, the religion, the title, the gender, and the name, and bring through these labels your experience of being with the divine and feeling free and at peace with yourself. Om Shanti. Are you ready to change yourselves today? Something new. Do something different. Let's see what chat is saying, or awakened intelligence. Changing ourselves requires a combination of self-awareness, commitment, and actionable steps. Have self-awareness. This is important. Be aware of what you're doing, your patterns, and understand your triggers that you're going through and all these different things. One of the most important things about changing yourself is to recognize honestly, what are my strengths? What are my weaknesses? Set clear goals, be specific and measurable. Set clear goals, not huge goals yet, but simple goals. Be realistic and make sure they're achievable. Now create a plan, break down some goals, prioritize your tasks, schedule, make it consistent for you. Very important, develop positive habits. Consistency. Practice. Replace negative habits with new ones. And find ways to give yourself reminders. Back in my old days, we used to tie a string on our finger to remind us of something. Seek support. If the people around you aren't really supportive with your really emotional and spiritual well-being, sit internally, create the consciousness of the kind of people you want around you, and vibrationally they will show up. Don't negate the people around you. Value them. They offer something, but seek the ones who can also give you support. So find professional help. Look for community if you're looking for sustenance. Santosh, one more down. I missed one. One down. Go up a little. Up a little. Right. So change your positive habits, right? Check that. Create positive habits. Consistency, replace negative habits, use reminders. Seek support if you need that. So find accountable partners who will be responsible for really helping, someone who can hold you accountable. Remember I said there are people who will tell you things with love. Sometimes you do a pushback on them, or sometimes they're actually there to show you that which you don't want to see. That's an accountable partner. Professional help if it's really bad. Community is always good. Monitor your progress. Even if it's your progress for one day, just track your progress, see how you're doing. Celebrate the real small victories, your milestones. Adjustment necessary. Now check your mindset. Mindset and attitude is essential in your change. Self-care, essential in your change. Continuous learning. Be open to learning new things. Resilience, and be adaptable. Be adaptable. Handle your setbacks if you need to, and have adaptability. All right, thank you for your awakened moment. Thank you, ChatGPT. Now shall we go to the beautiful and lovely, our Sister Gita Effect. Let's hear what she's going to tell us today.
Hello, good morning, and Om Shanti. So today we demonstrated the virtue of adaptability. With all the little stuff going on this morning, we were all peaceful and stable. So this shows something is happening. So have the right thoughts. So where is this treasure? Please give me the map. How do I find it and hold it in my lap? Keep peace in your mind. As I said at the start, when the mind is at peace, then love fills your heart. Peace makes you stable, and love makes you secure. Then happiness is yours. This will surely occur. If you think the right way, then you'll feel the right way. The mind becomes quiet, and all thinking ceases. Your heart feels love and heals the broken pieces. The incredible irony is to be free from all thought. You must begin by thinking rather than by not. When the soul is weak, negative thoughts are the norm. It is this way of thinking that causes mental storms. If you want to be happy, you must strengthen the soul. You must think in a new way and let go of the old. Every time a negative thought comes into your mind, you must replace it with another. So replace it with a thought that is kind. Make use of the wisdom you have just learned to make sense of situations and keep from getting burned. You have to use your mind in a beneficial manner and no longer entertain negative internal banter. I was quiet for a moment, digesting what she said, and then a negative thought came into my head. I wasn't quite sure if I should share what I'd thought. It may seem as if I hadn't learned what she had taught, but she had told me to ask. This was her suggestion. This was my chance. I had to ask every question. So I said, think positively is what I heard you say. Forgive me for saying so, but isn't that a cliche? Others say, think positively. This I do not doubt. But I give you something positive of which to think about. I have told you about the divine, that you are a soul, everything will work out, and happiness is your goal. I have told you why things happen, that nothing in life is unfair. Now I'll tell you this, since you've asked me to share. Positive thoughts are good, but the right thoughts you need. Thoughts based on wisdom, these thoughts are the seed. The fruit of these thoughts is love in the heart. Then happiness will come. So right thoughts are the start.
We love you, Sister Gita. We know you've moved on to play another part and you're getting ready to do your unlimited service, but we love when you played the role of Sister Gita. Thank you. Did everyone love that? The soothing, the energy, the purity of her voice. Anyway, good morning everyone. Nice to have you on. Kambili, Om Shanti, Samantha, so good to have you back. Samantha reminds us of the good old days, right? When we were doing spiritual vaccine and the next normal in the night. Tamil, Om Shanti. Barbara, thank you for your good wishes. Cindy Stuper, thank you for joining us. First time I've seen you today. It was since we've been on. Divya Baba, my angel. Magdalena Lisiewicz. Welcome to the next normal, Magdalena. Davina, thank you for joining us. Om Shanti. Nasira, nice to have you. Ant Sensen, Kailash Ben, Skippy, Shobha, Kambili, Joanne, Basdea, Radhika from Toronto. Hey, morning. Om Shanti, Radhika Ben. Lee and Anita and Lavanya and Jyoti, Yukti, everyone, thank you so much for joining us today on The Next Normal. I hope that there was something that came out for you today that just inspired you. Just make a difference. Just make a difference. Speaking to myself as I'm telling you. Do something different that initiates openness, newness. Sometimes you don't have the mental capacity just to make it new. Find some support that's out there. Remember, if you want to reduce your attachment, just practice loving everybody the same. it'll get less and less, and your love will increase. Have a marvelous day today. Om Shanti.